So the whole strategy.
Because if you're basing this on cost and you're aiming at people who are cost conscious, they're probably going to be pretty finicky.
Exactly. So there, as you said, there are two types of customers. Number one type of customers, the ones who are going to use a SIM, top up, use it as long as they're in the UK, then never come back in the UK, just throw it away. These people will top up, as we said, they'll have the £5. If they want, they will add extra. Then the second type of customers are the students, for example. These are a perfect target. These are the students will go and they will be informed about this package. Maybe we can call it Easy Talk. And they obviously want to travel home 3 or 4 times a year. So they will be informed straight away about the offers EasyJet will have about the trips back home. So that's the way we would go around. And also, once they go on the trip, maybe they could receive back free international calls or even more free minutes from Talk Mobile. So it's an ongoing relationship. You have those who are going to leave, and we focus on those as a company, and those who are going to stay, and we still continue having this ongoing relationship.
Thank you. I'm sorry, unfortunately we have to stop. We're out of time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Could Pete Colado please come up?
Good evening, management of Rovio. I represent Coca-Cola's brand Vitamin Water, and in our office we're a great fan of your game Angry Birds. This is why I'm here. We propose to cooperate and synergize. You see, our market is really similar. 7 to 40-year-old people who are interested in having fun and drinking kind of healthy drinks. In our market, currently we're the star. In the last dozen or so years, we've reached to many markets, about 30 markets around the world. And 5 years ago, Coca-Cola acquired us for about $4 billion. However, we can see that we need to adapt and change in order to not become a cash cow. And we see that currently your game Angry Birds has become a cash cow. And we want to help you extend that product, to extend the life cycle and our product's life cycle as well. Let's do that by a 3-pronged approach. So Vitamin Water will have a first prong. We will have little knitted hats on our bottles with Angry Birds characters. This way our bottles will stand out, and this 7.5% of our revenue per bottle spent on these knitted hats will bring back 15% increase in profits, in turnover. So overall, we can make a 7.5% increase in our profit. However, for you, as for innocent drinks, which use this kind of approach, it will bring great visibility around all the markets where we sell our products. Your downloads will soar once again. You are already increasing your product, you're extending your market on Angry Birds by having Angry Birds Rio out. However, you can also have a game with our bottles inside the game. So our bottles are usable, good objects which players can use to kill the enemies. And basically, the second prong of our approach is we will have bottle caps with passwords underneath to unlock secret and exclusive areas inside the game. Furthermore, the labeling will be Angry Bird themed, and the colors will constitute Angry Bird flavors. Now, how can we help you? Apart from visibility, also we have QR codes on the bottles, and they can actually download the game by just pointing their mobile device at our bottles.
30 seconds left.
What we expect from you is Facebook and Google Ads. So you just add a couple of sentences to your current advertising, and this will cost you no extra money because you're already doing that anyway. And I hope we can synergize together. Thank you. They're cute, aren't they?
Do you think the feasible time
sustainability of this is? Because obviously Angry Birds, like The Sims and everything else, is a marketing fad and has a life. So how much longevity is there in this?
Well, as you said, it's a fad. So if you look at the product life cycle, the fads die out instantly. And this hasn't happened to Angry Birds yet. Actually, Angry Birds used to be the top in downloads for the iPhone App Store.
It will die out.
However,
So
they're trying to extend their thing. We do believe that in the next 6 months, unless Rovio does something with Angry Birds, they will eventually have they will have a decline in their product, right? Using us, they can extend for at least 4 months, we believe.
So this whole partnership is going to give you 4 months of business?
For this product, yes, because Rovio has other products as well. They've got, I think, 5 more games right now.
I think we could extend this to other games, and the other games would, it would unlock other characters and other levels in other games. Other games created by Rovio, for instance,
The Blockbuster.
The Blockbuster game.
So who would be the cost of the production of the heads?
So currently, one of these bottles retails for about £1.50, right? It will be about 12p to make the hat, because the hats will be made only in batches of about 100,000 at the beginning to build trust. Later, the cost will go down. Innocent Drinks, which is a yogurt kind of a drink, they had this hat campaign, knitted hats. And
those gets donated by people in the community. And
that's true, yes.
increase the margin on the drink so that you're then donating towards Asian consumer, I think it was.
But Innocent Drinks got 15% increase in turnover because of the hats, just because of the hats. Now, their hats were cute, but our hats are cuter. And that's a promise. I mean, look at those things. Angry Birds is a household name in about 15 markets right now, as far as the market research showed us. So with those hats, we expect to have at least 15% revenue growth, and with 12p or less per hat, we can make quite a bit of increase in our turnover, as well as help visibility for Angry Birds. Does that answer the question?
Do you think Angry Birds need help visibility?
I think to extend Angry Birds, to make people play it for the next year or two, I think, it definitely needs a bit of help. Like all games, it gets a bit boring and people don't like continuously playing it, they move on to the next best thing. And I think this would definitely help extend it, because with new characters and new levels, people who already have almost completed the game now have more aspects of the game to complete.
Do you think Rovio would want to do this, or would they rather just make a new game?
Actually, they're making new games right now.
I think this would be a way we could incorporate Rovio and more games into the market, and I think it would make people even more aware of Rovio than they already are. Yes, I do think Rovio.
Because they have a cash cow on their tables right now. That's a cash cow, Angry Birds, right? That's going to become a dog soon, really soon. So in order to prevent that from happening, either they extend with us, or they extend like they do right now with the Angry Birds Rio. Like they just make special areas, other kind of games with the same format. But that will not work in the next 6 months. That will.
I would just ask this to everyone. Can you think of another case of some sort of other event, some other marketing initiative, which is similar to this? What would you compare this to?
Could you elaborate a bit on that question?
Well, how did you get the idea?
We were thinking, instead of, we were trying not to think generically, you know, vitamin water, health drink, therefore go at the gym. We thought was maybe a bit too obvious, and it's been done by a lot of companies.
Okay.
We were inspired actually by the whole Lucozade Spotify thing, and so we thought, you know, why don't we extend that to apps and games on the iPhone? Because to smartphones and all the games that help people pass time during the day, sometimes if they're bored, are kind of the next best thing. Everyone wants a smartphone. And
I think it's the part of your proposal which you haven't focused on, but I actually like the most, which is the idea of sort of utilising QR codes or augmented reality and things like that on the bottles.
yeah.
The hat thing, I don't really get that, but I think that I can understand it. Right, yeah, okay. Yeah.
That was the idea of putting the chair as well, because you could see, you didn't see these bottles, did you? Even though they're the same brand, same company, Coca-Cola, they're different markets, they address different segments, and these bottles would always take the attention first of the customer. That was the idea for vitamin water for our company.
Unfortunately, we're out of time once again. Thank you very much, Team Colorado. If you have Team Ipsen come up, please.
Hi. Our pitch today is for the Gatorade, which manufactures electrolyte sports drinks, to team up with Honda motorcycles in Indonesia. So why Indonesia? First of all, it's one of the world's fastest growing economies. Its population is 240 million people. 1/3 of those are people between the age of 14 until 24. Young people, essentially, which is the exact same demographic that Gatorade has. And also, the market for sports drinks in Indonesia is large and is forecasted to grow, especially since the middle class is growing. People are increasingly becoming more aware of health and sports issues, and image issues as well. In Indonesia in particular, demand for electrolyte drinks such as Gatorade is particularly high. During the Ramadan fasting season, if any of you is a Muslim, you know that during fasting season, you need a lot of water to replenish your fluids because you're not drinking water for a long period of the day, and you need sugar as well. So sales for these electrolyte drinks in the Gatorade category always surges a lot during Ramadan season. And at the same time, the market, from past history, the Indonesian market has been very receptive to American products. And generally the culture is very highly influenced by advertising. So marketing this Gatorade with a partnership should be quite effective in Indonesia. And why Honda? The first thing is that the motorcycle market is also growing and demand for motorcycles is high in Indonesia. Honda already has a 49% market share in Indonesia and its motorcycles are popular. But the thing is, Honda wants to increase their market share to 60%. If Gatorade teams up with Honda, this could help them achieve that, and Honda is likely to be receptive for this. Similarly, the target demographic is similar, and with regards to the Ramadan season peak, people have a larger propensity to buy motorcycles during Ramadan season, generally in the country, in Indonesian market. And how will we do this? Basically, each Gatorade bottle will come with a chance of winning a Honda motorcycle. We'll strike a deal with Honda. You provide us with 100 motorcycles. The caps of our bottles some of them will have, oh wow, you've just won a free Honda motorcycle. And in Gatorade bottles, you'd have advertising for the Honda motorcycle, win a free Honda Super motorcycle. This is awesome. And this would increase Honda's visibility, and at the same time, this would increase Gatorade's sales, because people want to have a motorcycle, obviously. And at the same time, every time you buy a motorcycle from Honda, Gatorade will agree to supply Honda with free supplies of Gatorade equal to the amount of money that Honda has spent in providing these motorcycles. It's likely that Honda customers will be quite happy with getting free Gatorade because, one, we'll time this marketing campaign during Ramadan season where people actually want to buy Gatorade. They'll be happier if they get it for free whilst they get their motorcycles. And at the same time, if you think about it, people who use motorcycles, it's hot outside, what better thing to do than to drink a nice, cool bottle of Gatorade. And again, most importantly is that we'll time this closely during Ramadan season because this is when the demand for both products is high. We'll promote these products using publicity, using TV, advertising, radio, and billboards. And because the market is highly influenced by celeb culture, we'll use celebs. Particularly, Indonesians are very fond of football, so Gatorade has a partnership with Chelsea Football, so we might be able to exploit that.
Unfortunately, we are out of time. How about that?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Judges, any questions?
What's the age of the motorcycle?